Welcome to Investors Insights. Our topic today is, can confidence carry this market? We hope you're having a great Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. But in addition to that, though, guess what? The markets will continue on, right, gentlemen?
Yes,
may have holidays, but the markets will continue to have ups and downs and volatility. In our meeting that we had this morning, Ashley, you brought up a really good point. We're getting a lot of questions about, is this market going to overheat? Will we look up going into 2018 and have more volatility and talk about that a little bit?
Right. We see the bigger risk there as the Fed overreacting to it, not the risk being that it's going to overheat. Because you and Bobby had talked on prior vlogs about where we are in inflation.
Right.
Employment is doing well, but inflation has been a little bit dogmatic in moving up. Our Federal Reserve has a two-issue mandate in looking at both of those.
Right.
Many central banks around the world don't.
Sure.
But we clearly view the larger risk as the Fed overreacting
but
to what looks like
what's an
overheat.
overreaction that they all of a sudden say we're going to raise interest rates several more times faster.
Faster, higher and faster.
Right.
To fix a problem that isn't there.
Right.
Well said.
Yeah. And the other thing is, can really impact our clients' portfolios if they start to ratchet that up a lot more. Mm-hmm. So we think from an earnings standpoint, earnings are still on track here. Another thing, though, that has continued to be a theme, Bobby, is confidence. Talk about that with the consumer and the business owners.
We've talked about confidence all year long, it feels like. And it's very important. In fact, last week we got confirmation that confidence is there. NFIB, in its 44-year history, said that right now small business confidence is the highest level it's ever been, or second highest level it's ever been.
And explain that. NFIB is National Federation of Independent Businesses. They're a lobbying group that represents business owners, independent business owners on political and legal issues.
Right, and small businesses are ready to lead the economy going into next year. And so it's not just small businesses, though. This is an important part here. It's manufacturers, it's home builders, and it's the consumers. In fact, this level of confidence hasn't been seen since 1983, 84, when GDP was at 5 to 6%.
Right.
And so we like the historical significance of this going forward.
Yeah. Well, and let me make a point here is that on this vlog, there will be issues of tax cuts and all these other topics, geopolitical issues and everything, but we try to bring that kind of information to add to what people are hearing on the news media. And these are details that we're hearing from clients as well as research. I call your research boots on the ground research. This is what's really happening in the economy. And then Trey, from the standpoint, we continue in last week's vlog, we talked about energy and oil prices and everything. Continue that thing.
Yeah, so oil prices have kind of stayed around the high 50s range, which is that's very important. It seems like an innocuous number, but the reason that's important is because the swing producer, we've said all year, is the U.S. shale producers. And what's happened is when prices over the last few years, when they hit a certain point, we increased production. Prices came back down, then they had to decrease production. Sure. What we're seeing now, and what we've heard from some of our research partners, is that there's a bottleneck with shale producers in that there's not enough employees for them to increase production. They've kind of capped out. There's not enough houses to house the people they need to hire.
Which kind of ties back to what Bobby was saying as well, and also Ashley. Keep going.
Yeah. So that kind of puts a cap. Maybe you put a cap on inflation, but also keeps the profitability of U.S. producers high. It kind of makes them so they have to be careful. So they're not producing so much that brings prices down, brings profitability down. So we're kind of in a really nice spot where if this price holds, the U.S. is now an energy producer, not just a consumer.
Well, major
energy producer. And so that profitability increases confidence, increases wages, increases economic growth.
Yes. Hiring,
very important.
Yeah, very much so. And those kind of things have a huge rippling effect that we then see reflected in stock prices. Mm-hmm. Yes. So and those are the details that bring it all together for that market as well as individual equities to be priced. Agreed?
Agreed.
So on that note, we hope you continue to have a great holiday season. We're going to keep you updated as this market bounces around up and down and as the news comes out. You need to know on tax cuts and other things. We're going to have additional vlogs as the weeks progress and as we go into 2018. And that's why it's important for you to follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook as we continue to update things with announcements and things that are developing in the market. Have a great week. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we look forward to talking to you soon.